Let's flip it over to the WNBA tonight, Joe. We got a triple header, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. How about game number 1 at 7 o'clock, the Atlanta Dream and the Chicago Sky? Angel Reese, anybody? Look at this number, minus 6.5 at the opening number. You see the graphic, we're up to 7.5 as a favorite to the road team, the Atlanta Dream, 164.5. Angel Reese back in the house in Chicago.
Yeah, right. The team that drafted her, right, her first return home here, and she loves the Atlanta Dream, and they love her as they sit 7-3. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky kind of hanging around under 500 at 4-7, and Chicago has just struggled. Let's face it. They lost Ricky Lee Jackson, who was they got in a trade from the Sparks over the in the offseason. And it's not been good for them. Inconsistent scoring, not exactly what you want, taking on an Atlanta Dream team that's not only going to get open shots, Donnie, they're going to get second chances, third chances, and Angel Reese is going to want to dominate in this game, and I think she will. So, yeah, it's only Atlanta Dream for me here.
Let's flip it over to the nightcap here, 10 p.m. Eastern. That's going to take place out there at Ball Holla, Golden State, San Francisco. How about this favorite for the Valkyries? Opened up overnight, Joe, 6.5. Now, look at the graphic. We're up to 8.5 as a favorite towards the Valkyries over the Phoenix Mercury, and a total of 161.5. If the season ended today, the Valkyries would be in the playoffs, sitting at 6-5.
Yeah, but listen, the Mercury finally won a couple of games, Donnie. In fact, back-to-back games. This is, I believe, the third game of a 4-game road trip. This is during the Commissioner's Cup that they have right now, but they finally put it together. Very young team, the youngest team, one of the youngest teams in the WNBA this year, has dealt with some injuries, and the offense just has not been consistent. And the Valkyries have been pretty good, but neither of these teams play defense, Donnie. That's the whole thing. This is a tough one to want to sweat out an under in. I do think that Phoenix has finally got it going in the right direction. The Valkyries are not going to stop them. Give me the over here in this one tonight.
Let's go over to the WNBA tonight because we do have a big game here, at least some interesting people back in the building, which includes a former player of those Sky, Angel Reese, now a player for the Atlanta Dream, back in Chicago, and a heavy favorite for those Atlanta Dream, Joe. 75% chance to win this basketball game if you flip it over and feel they can cover the point spread, which means winning by 9+ points. That yes contract is 49 cents, so a little bit of plus money. Dream Sky tonight, Angel back in town.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Atlanta Dream are no joke. They're a legit contender this season. And certainly now that they have former Chicago Sky all-star there, Angel Reese, in their lineup. Chicago Sky's been going through it, Donnie. I mean, they're just a little too inconsistent at this point. The Dream are rolling. There is, if I'm looking anywhere, I'm looking Atlanta Dream here tonight, but if there are some props available, maybe the Angel Reese rebounds or the double-double or those types of things as she looks to. It's the first time she will have played her former team here in the Chicago Sky.
It's expensive. It is. The Angel Reese, just to get the double-digit points, 10+ here, Joe. 82 cents is the yes contract. And by the way, only a 74% chance is listed on cash, which means a lot more of the public is actually thinking that she's going to show out at home. And why not with the return back? A $100 investment on Angel Reese getting 10 points, Joe, pays back $122. So it is expensive here, but come on, she's not going to shoot the ball more than 10 times, make half of them. There you go. You got your 10 points at this point. Mercury and the Valkyries tonight from Golden State, which again is out there in the Bay Area. They're a favorite tonight over the Mercury, 74% with a chance to win this basketball game. It's expensive, Joe. The yes contract, 75 cents, which means a $100 investment on Golden State winning this game. That pays back $134. Mercury and the Valkyries tonight.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Mercury finally broke that 6-game losing streak. They put a couple of wins together. Now they're sitting 4-8. Can they do it against maybe a struggling Golden State Valkyries team? Yeah, they've got a shot here as an underdog, but both of these teams, I mean, wildly inconsistent offensively here. You just don't know what you're going to get from the Phoenix Mercury on a night-to-night basis. But winning is contagious, Donnie. So if I'm taking a shot anywhere, I'm thinking they can continue their winning ways and back to Phoenix Mercury.
And by the way, if you take a look here and you say, all right, well, I want Golden State and I'm going to ramp it up here, you can slide over that buzzer over to 13.5. And if you feel that a 14-point win is on deck for the Valkyries, that yes contract's only 34 cents, which means a $100 investment pays back $2.95. You can use it similarly to sports books here in that environment. Let's flip it over to Major League Baseball, Joe. The Dodgers taking on Pittsburgh. Paul Skenes on the mound. And take a look at this trading, Joe, in that chart. 50-50 right now. Dodgers, Lauer. You go with Skenes for Pittsburgh, who's struggling a little bit. The name recognition will tell you Skenes, but take a look at the marketplace. 50-50, Joe.
Yeah, and listen, Skenes has been going through it over the last month.